projected winner, according to the Associated Press, is Eric Adams, the Democratic candidate who will be replacing Bill de Blasio. Once again, the Associated Press projecting Eric Adams as the winner of the New York City mayoral race.
Based on exit polling and other data they have gathered, he becomes the 110th mayor of New York City, the second African-American mayor of the city.
The team told me to come through the back, come around the stage, come directly in. And they said, this is the way we want you to move. And I said to them, I'm the mayor. And if they only knew the level of energy I get when I walk in your crowd. There are days on this journey when I was just so depleted and tired and just weary. And historically, I was able to just go out to Queens and sit down with mommy, and she would re-energize me. And then when mommy transitioned in April, I would move among you somewhere, at a train station, at the grocery store, walking inside the laundromat, or just going to some of the barber shops late at night in Brownsville and Bed-Stuy, and go inside when they finish cutting hairs, and we just sit there and just talk. You don't know how much you fuel me. You just fuel me every day. And let me tell you the uniqueness about the fuel, that it's a Shakespearean tragedy that many of you don't know. It doesn't matter if you are in Borough Park in Hasidic community, if you're in Flatbush in the Korean community, if you're in Sunset Park in the Chinese community, if you're in Rockaway, if you're out in Queens in the Dominican community, Washington Heights, all of you have that power to fuel us. We are so divided right now, and we're missing the beauty of our diversity. We have to end all of this division of who we are, where we go to worship, what do we wear. No, today we take off the intramural jersey and we put on one jersey, Team New York. So New York City, brothers and sisters, and I just need to pause for a moment because it's so important for me to do this. 5 people I must acknowledge, and I'm going to acknowledge all of you within time, but there's 5 people I must acknowledge. First is my sister, Ingrid Martin. Where's Ingrid? If I can quote one of the most philosophical geniuses of our time, Drake, started from the bottom, now we're here. Her husband and I were rookie cops together in the police academy. When her son was born, her husband gave me a picture of him laying on his chest. I put that picture inside my police hat. And every time I went on patrol, I looked at him. He's now a grown man, he's adult now. But it reminded me of what we were doing every day that we were on patrol. And she never left my side. Never left my side. No matter how challenging it was, she fought. She built a foxhole. When she ran out of bullets, she picked up rocks. When she ran out of rocks, she picked up dirt. When she ran out of dirt, she just dug a tunnel. But she never left my side. And I'll never forget what she has done for me throughout this entire journey. An amazing, amazing woman. Second is my man, Nate. Nathan. I trusted him with my whole campaign. And I said, listen, you work it out, and no one is going to get in your way. But one thing's for sure, you bet not screw it up. Stayed up night, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, calling him, talking to him, just calling from time to time and just say, I just want to know how you're doing. And just spending time bonding together, because when you are in a battle, there's someone that you have to trust and expose yourself to and know that they're not going to take it and sharpen it and turn it to a knife and hold it at your throat, but they're going to be there throughout this entire journey. That's who he was, and I appreciate you for that. And the man that captured my voice, my brother Evan Steve. Where's Evan? Where's Evan? Evan, communications director. All of you know who he is. You know how dedicated and committed he has been. And he just played a major role in putting together our communication. And lastly, came to Borough Hall. There was a woman there speaking broken English. Came from Peru, just wanted to eke out a living for her family. She came into my office one day and she said that, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I just want to give you some advice. And she gave me that advice, and she became the center of Borough Hall. She took over my entire life and made sure that we were able to be a functioning office. And it's so significant, Adonis, because sometimes we have the tendency to believe that because someone has not mastered our dialogue and our phonetics, that there's a level of ignorance, and it's not. It is just the ability to give them the opportunity, and they will rise to the occasion all the time. Mastering the sound of English does not make you the greatest leader or the greatest person. And so, Gladys, I thank you so much, Gladys. Here we are, New York. Here we are. And I know many of you I want to acknowledge, but I just had to point out of that group that I pointed out just now. That's like Mike Tyson. You can't go to the restroom. So, brothers and sisters, and the people of our city, they have spoken. And tonight, New York has chosen one of you, one of our own. I am you. I am you. After years of praying and hoping and struggling and working, we are headed to City Hall. For a young man from South Jamaica, Queens, who grew up with all of the challenges that every New Yorker faces, tonight is not just a victory over adversity, it is a vindication of faith. It is a proof that people of this city will love you if you love them. It is the proof that the forgotten can be the future. It is the proof that this city can live up to its promise. The campaign was never about me. This campaign was about this city and the people in it, from every corner and every background in this city. Those who have been left behind and believe they will never catch up. This campaign was for the underserved, the marginalized, the abandoned. This campaign was for those who have been betrayed by their government. There's a covenant between government and the people of our city. You pay your taxes, we deliver your tax dollars through goods and services. We have failed to provide those goods and services. January 1st, that stops. That stops. And the campaign was not just for them, it was by them. I'm so proud of what we have accomplished, and I can never repay the hard work and dedication of so many who worked tirelessly to get us here. This is your victory, and I will carry your cause to City Hall. This campaign was for the person cleaning bathrooms and the dishwasher in the kitchen who feels they are already at the end of their journey. It was for those who feel they were there but forgotten. And they also are those who make this city operate every day. They may right now be at Rikers Island, sitting in the cell, or in the precinct, sitting in the holding cells. I am speaking to them tonight. My mother cleaned houses. I washed dishes. I was beaten by police and sat in a precinct holding cells, certain that my future was already decided. And now I will be the person in charge of that precinct and every other precinct in the city of New York, because I'm going to be the mayor of the city of New York. There may be a young person out there right now that believe they're not smart enough to go to college and to succeed. I did too. But I overcame a learning disability and went to college and was able to obtain my degrees. And now I will be the mayor in charge of the entire Department of Education. And you may be homeless. You may be living from one shelter to the next. And you may say to yourself that this is my destiny. But I want them to hear the story of my siblings up here carrying a garbage bag full of clothing to school every day because we thought we were going to come home and the marshals were going to throw us out. We know their story. We know their journey. I want them to get the energy from what we are doing today to know the possibilities are there. Where you are is not who you are. We're going to make sure of that. And that's why I ran for mayor, because I wanted to turn pain into purpose. This city betrayed New Yorkers every day, especially the ones who rely on it the most. My fellow New Yorkers, that betrayal stops on January 1st. We are going to make a difference. My story is your story. And I did not just want New Yorkers to hear my story. I wanted them to feel my story. I wanted them to know I am you. The life I live is the life many are living right now. We are the same. This is not about Eric Adams becoming mayor. This is about carving out a pathway so people could enjoy the prosperity that this city has to offer. And so, you're going to find some blemishes because I'm perfectly imperfect. And the city is made up of perfectly imperfect people. That's the combination that is going to allow us to create a perfect city where we leave no one behind. That's the city we're fighting for. So this is not my moment. This is the moment for the people who have hit the bend in the road. A bend in the road is not the end of the road as long as you make the turn. Tonight, we are going to make the turn and take our city in a new direction. And I also believe all of us together can accomplish this task. The past 2 years have been hard. Even New Yorkers, the most resilient people in the world, we've had moments. We had moments of doubt. I'm clear on that. We took a hit. We watched as Midtown turned into ghost town, and our parking lots became morgues. Trailers filled with bodies of our loved ones and family members. We saw the most vibrant city on earth reduced to silence. Worst of all, the inequalities we already faced were deepened and widened. Then violence erupted, knocking us even further backwards. And as we stand here tonight, there are hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers without a job than there were pre-COVID. But when I think about those setbacks, I also think about how far we've come. I think about those who gave everything to get us here. And it gives me hope, and I want you to have hope. I want you to believe again. Believe again. Let's walk differently. Let's hold our heads up. Let's have a step in our pace, because we are New Yorkers. We must believe in who we are. So I think about Percy Sutton. I think about Shirley Chisholm and David Dinkins and Dennis D. Leon. I think about Larry Kramer. I think about Peter Yu. Those were revolutionaries who won wars without firing one shot. I think about my fellow officers and firefighters every day, New Yorkers who lost their lives saving others from the Twin Towers. And let me be clear on this. I'm not creating a division between my firefighters, my police officers, my EMT, my teachers, my other civil servants. We are in this together. We will find a way to get through this together. No division, no division. I think about the nurses and hospital workers who went to their job every day during the height of COVID, rising above the fear and uncertainty. And the reason I know so well what they were doing, because when others fled, I led. I went to those hospitals, I visited them, I delivered PPEs and food. I was with my TA employees. I was on the ground with them to let them know I'm not elected to be served. I'm elected to serve, and I'm going to serve the people of the city. And I think of Mommy, a domestic worker. And my siblings are here. With 6 of us. And I say it all the time as much as I can. She loved them all, but she adored me. She's an amazing woman. Single parents all over the city who struggle day in and day out for lifetimes with only one goal: to create opportunities for their children that they never had. And that's what Mommy did for all of us. She watched us continue to develop into responsible adults, and she had to do it on her own because the city was not there for her. And I will never forget that my glory And I will never forget my glory. My glory is not my story. I only had a badge as a cop because my mom used a rag and a mop to create a better future for me. I think about those heroes of New York and I'm inspired. I am lifted up on the wings of their spirit. And I'm reminded that we owe them a great debt of gratitude that can only be repaid with our belief in each other and our city. We will betray those who are on the front line for us if we don't believe in the greatness of this city. They sacrifice themselves because they believe in that. Now is our opportunity to once again believe in who we are. We will need the strength. We face a three-headed crisis. We are fighting COVID, crime, and economic devastation all at once. So we're going to invest in each other. We are going to lift up those who are struggling with child care, health care, and affordable housing. We're going to launch an unprecedented job program to link out-of-work New Yorkers not just with jobs, but with skills and training. And we're going to talk. Here it is, because this is very important. We're going to talk to the CEOs of our city's biggest corporations and ask them to offer paid internships to students from undeserved communities. Listen, folks. We have to get this out of our head that our CEOs in this city don't want to participate in the uplifting of our inner city. The problem is we haven't gone there and asked them to do so. So it's time to build bridges that we've destroyed in the past. We need each other. That's what we need in the city. We want to turn our economy around by reaching our hand out to the business world to grow the companies we have here while attracting new emerging industries, life sciences and cybersecurity, and with a blue-collar green jobs initiative that boosts our economy while making our city more resilient. Every job we create in corporate America must be a pathway and pipeline to the inner city. We have some talent in NYCHA. Just get out of the way and give them the opportunity to fill these jobs in the city. And we're going to do this, particularly for the women who are in this room. We want universal child care. Universal child care. We all know what happened when mothers stay home to raise the children. Their careers are stymied. They don't get promoted. They don't get the opportunities. Our child care, universal child care, is not going to be daycare of just sitting in a room somewhere watching TV. We're going to build into our educational opportunity to develop these young minds before they get to pre-K and 3K. We're going to do it early, and we're going to give mothers doulas so they can learn about nutrition and what they need to do when that baby is born. If we don't get this right, don't let anybody kid you. If you don't educate, you will incarcerate, and we don't want to incarcerate our young people. And we're going to get the safety we need and the justice we deserve. They go together. By driving down gun violence and crime from our streets, while we drive our biases and bad behavior from those who are tarnishing the shield. And how dare people ask me, do I sit down and talk to gang members who are trying to get their life right? You darn right I am. You darn right. You do an analysis of those gang members, you know what you're going to find? You're going to find learning disabilities, dyslexia. You're going to find all of those mental health issues, the problems we ignored and betrayed those young people for produce what you're looking at. You're seeing the hate that New York has created, and it's time to stop that hate. But let's be clear here. As I talk to my gang members, January 1st, the conversation stops. You won't shoot up my city. You won't stab young people in school. You won't sell drugs and guns on my street. I am extending an opportunity to get out of gangs and get in a job, get in a school, become gainfully employed. We're not going to just talk about safety, we're going to have safety in our city. If we do these things, then New Yorkers will be able to fulfill their dreams. And that should be the goal of government, not to preach, but to provide, to allow people to reach their full potential. Sometimes, folks, we're going to succeed. Sometimes we're going to try and we're going to fail. But damn it, we're not going to fail at trying. That's something we're not going to lose at. So let me be clear as I stand here before you, with the heart filled with hope and purpose and love for this city. Looking out over this horizon and seeing you give me hope. This is our moment. This is our opportunity. This is our moment as a city. And I tell you something, in 4 years, this city is never going to be the same. Never going to be the same. Once we move forward, we will never go back. We will never go backwards. We will never go backwards. We will never go backwards. Because America is the only country. We're the only country on the globe with dream attached to our name. There's no German dream. There's no Polish dream. There's no French dream. But damn it, there's an American dream. You don't leave a nightmare to come live in a nightmare. We have to allow those 10 million dreams to come alive and to benefit from what this country has to offer. And January 1st, that's the promise. That's what we will accomplish. So tonight, I have accomplished my dream. And with all my heart, I'm going to remove the barriers that are preventing you from accomplishing yours. And if I'm allowed to say, in the words of one of the most famous Brooklynites, the owner of Snapple Soft Drink, we are going to win because we are made up of the best stuff on earth. We are New Yorkers. I want to bring on my governor. Where is she? We're here in the House. Governor Kathy Hochul, we're going to need her. So thank you so much for coming down. Please say a few words, Governor.
I'm here to declare that there is a new day dawning and a whole new era of cooperation where the only thing where the city of New York and the state of New York are fighting about is fighting to make your lives better. We will fight for you, not fight each other anymore. So I am so excited to have a tremendous partner in Eric Adams as the mayor of the greatest city on this planet. I will be your ally. We'll fight for you and we'll get the job done. Thank you, everybody.
And so I want to close out as we move on and give a special thank you to Tracy for her patience, her dedication, her commitment to the city, withstanding all of the incoming, all of the criticism, allowing me to be me. And to my family that's here, they will all tell you it's hard to be the sibling of Eric Adams. Thank you. Congratulations, New York. Let's win.
I'm glad.
We're going whichever way you want.
asked me the other night if boys can be elected mayor in Boston. They have been, and they will again someday, but not tonight. On this day, Boston elected your mom because from every corner of our city, Boston has spoken. We are ready to meet this moment. We are ready to become a Boston for everyone. We're ready to be a Boston that doesn't push people out, but welcomes all who call our city home. We're ready to be a Boston where all can afford to stay and to thrive. And yes, Boston is ready to become a Green New Deal city.